Hmm. And it'll go. Okay, the meeting is being live streamed now. So good. A wonderful discovery that from today, we'll go live on YouTube instead of Facebook because my browser isn't working. Nothing. We love Facebook and YouTube both. So let's start with Divine Dialogue. My soul friend, my soul sister is here, Elizabeth, who is such a pleasing personality. She is into uh, art, interiors, and also inner interiors. She is into since 13 years, Elizabeth, or more.
Almost 15.
Almost 15 years. She's into the field of health. So today we have invited, so Divine Dialogue has invited Elizabeth to share some knowledge of her information and knowledge about children's health. So first of all, Elizabeth, you are so welcome here in this show, which is Divine Dialogue.
Thank you once again, Priyanka, my beautiful friend, inside and out.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's always a pleasure. So actually, Priyanka and I, we were talking about, what our mothers, the superpowers our mothers had when we were younger. And I know that I'm one of 10 children, so well, you can imagine that crazy household, but my mom actually had really great superpowers. If she thought we were lying at all, she would say, okay, let me hold your finger. And she would hold our finger for a while and determine whether or not we were lying. And actually, most of the time she was right. I think just that intuition that a mother has, right? What about you, Priyanka?
As I was saying, no, you asked me to correct this lamp. It's tilted, and I was correcting it.
Oh,
And it's not. So, like my mom would always have gadgets, and she would look in my eyes, and I was like, pause, pause, walk, walk, stop, stop. So that she has that supernatural power that she can make you do whatever she wants, make children do whatever she wants. And after, and we used to hate it, but then we couldn't say no. And it was as because my father, he never scolded us, never beaten, I was never beaten up by him. But my mother, yes, so many times, because I was stubborn kid. And I know, like, why I was stubborn. There was something due to my nutrition. I used to have so many candies. I used to eat mud, and I used to drill hole in wall and would eat cement out of that.
Interesting.
You can imagine that. So my mom,
you must have a very interesting gut biome.
that's what so for my mom to be, it was utterly important for her to be super mom, because nothing lesser than that could have control me, or help me where I am today.
Right.
So that's because of my mom's supernatural powers. And she can pick up, she has access to every tool, any tool she can, and her aim was so good that, okay, Priyanka, and she'll say Priyanka, and it'll go to Priyanka for sure. So she was so good in setting the aim right. So this is what I learned from her. For her, set your aim and just easily reach there. So that was like, I'm great that you mentioned about gut biomes and all. So let's talk about kids' health now.
Okay, I would love to talk about this.
Sure.
I recently had a discussion with someone in my family regarding children's health. And it stemmed from a comment that he made when I asked him why his young children were always sick, because he was talking about how they were so sick all the time. And his response was sort of a simple blanket statement, well, they're in daycare. And so I asked him again, so why are your kids sick, right? So why is it accepted as normal that a child should always be sick when they're in daycare? I get that, it's an environment that can be a little bit of a petri dish, because kids do love to share, not just with other children, but then it shares on to their parents as well. But I really don't think it should be considered normal that they be sick so often. So I don't know what your thoughts are on this, or am I just out of touch? I just don't ever remember that my kids were that sick all the time.
Yeah, getting sick is good. That increases immunity, but all the time, no, no way.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
just
can,
a revolving, right?
yeah. And if you're avoiding getting sick, it's because they our system is meant to tell us that and do the needful while we are sick, so that this is how we increase the immunity, and our system does it on its own. And we do early morning, like every morning we do yoga, and then sometime, like every time your system tells you, your system from inside corrects you, aligns you, if you are getting out of the way. So if you're supplying yourself whatever is needed, we need community, we are social, and then the food, the bestest food, like not the one which is in on the
Yeah,
package packed food or full of preservatives. So you have to draw a line. So
yeah, I
yeah,
think there's a balance. I understand that,
yeah,
there is that, but our children's immune system certainly can be more developed, a little more healthy as well. So it got me thinking about children's health and what can be done to protect their health and to develop a healthier immune system or response to
mhm,
everything that's going around, right?
yeah,
And so when you fill up your car at a gas station, you don't put water or window cleaner or diet soda
yeah,
into your tank, right?
yeah,
So you don't need to be a mechanic or an expert on how cars work to know that
mhm,
gasoline is really the only fuel that helps
mhm,
a car move and perform at its
yeah,
best. So, just like your body needs special fuel to run its best. So, and this is especially true for growing bodies, right? So, nutrients, and such as protein, carbs, fat, minerals, vitamins are the body's main fuels that help you think, play, and live. So, you receive this fuel from the food that you eat, and not just any food, but the right kinds and the amounts of fuel that your body needs. So, according to, I don't know if you've ever heard of Dr. Bill Sears, but oh dear.
you want to take this up, take it up. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, my
take
phone.
it, take it for
Anyway,
sure. It's live show.
yes. Anyway, according to him, he has found a really fun way. I can't turn it off either. Um, to help kids make it fun to know what's best to eat. And he
Mhm,
uses what's called traffic light eating. So,
mhm.
we have traffic lights. Oh gosh.
You cannot avoid me, Elizabeth. I'm right there.
So he has what's called green lights, green light foods, yellow light foods, and red light foods. So green, of course, means go foods that help kids go and they grow. And you can eat as much of these foods as you want. And foods that are grown, not manufactured, they're high in nutrients, colorful, and usually eaten raw. So think
Mhm,
fruits, veggies, that sort of thing.
mhm,
And there's your yellow light foods, which are slow down foods. So they're okay to eat every day, but just not too much.
mhm,
They have more
mhm,
calories. Usually
mhm.
they have more fat or sugar in them, and than the green light foods. So it's kind of like pasta, rice, eggs, lean meat, nuts, seeds, oils, fish, cheese, dairy, that sort of thing. So yes, you can eat that, but just not, you know, abundantly, right? And then
Yeah.
your red light foods are the ones that really make you stop and think. And they're low in nutrients, high in calories, maybe artificial sweeteners in there, high fat, sugar. So those are like your cookies, your candies, your fried foods, donuts, etc.
Mhm.
So they're kind of special occasion foods, right? They're okay to have once in a while, but not on a, daily basis, let's say.
Daily basis, true.
So kids kind of relate well to the traffic light eating because it's easy for them to understand. So if you have this is primarily more for younger children. I
Yeah.
don't think your teenage kids would maybe relate to that so well.
Uh-huh.
So it's really good to start their day off with a brainy breakfast. Research has shown that kids who begin the day with a healthy breakfast, they do better at school. And breakfast promotes better behavior and mood. So it shows that when you have a nutritious breakfast, it really steadies that blood sugar, which in turn steadies behavior and mood. So breakfast helps control weight as well. So those who skip a breakfast, or eat a junk food breakfast are more likely to be overweight as well. So if you're not
Kids
really,
and obesity is like so popular. I would say like it's like something which is we don't want.
no,
But if you see in America, kids and obesity, and even in India these days, you see we are seeing kids and obesity. And how come? And whatever you are talking about, this green food, yellow food, and red food, in
yeah,
Ayurveda, it is known as sattvic, tamasic, and Rajsik. So, it's like very Sanskrit word. So let me explain. So one gives you energy and one brings your energy down. And for certain things, you need energy, and that energy is also. So according to Ayurveda, there is no role of junk food. So even in the healthy food, we are talking about that's being categorized as like if it's fried food, it's tamasic. So it'll bring energy down. It'll because you require more energy to digest those, and more energy is going in and you're feeling lethargic and you're not active. And the green food, the lively food, all the greens, specifically greens like growing food, sprouts and all, they require bare minimum energy to get digested.
mm,
They are bioavailable. They are live while you're just before you eating. It's like that doesn't mean you don't kill somebody and then you eat that, and that's also live.
kind
That
of your super test fuel,
yeah.
high
So
grade.
yeah, so it's coming. It's and so interesting for me to know that everywhere else we are so connected, and we are calling it differently, but it's the same thing. Because you're here in your language, this would you would perceive this as this or a. In where I am from, I may perceive it as a, and it's the same thing, different name. It's the same wisdom.
Yeah,
So yes,
exactly.
these
So
foods can be categorized as
yeah,
healthy, super healthy, or really dead.
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
got that.
So if you're not really sure what to have for breakfast, make sure it's balanced brainy breakfast, which includes your green and your yellow light foods. So a balance of complex carbs and proteins help both stimulate and relax the brain for optimal performance. And that's what we want for our kids, right? Going to school. And I
Mhm.
mean, I could list off, some examples of that, but if you want to leave a comment, we can address that. Just because our
We'll
time.
be coming up with
Yeah.
more episodes just on kids
So yeah,
and maybe more.
yeah.
Yeah.
So depending on the age of your child, you want to make sure that they're having at least 5 servings of those fruits and veggies or those plant-based foods in
And
their
how big is
diet.
the serving?
On average, the serving is the size of your hand. So a child's hand, of course, is smaller than mine, and mine's probably a lot bigger than yours, Priyanka.
You are like Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. It's like, it's one of the Bollywood hot star. He is in his 70, but still hot.
Oh.
So he is like taller. He's like as tall, like maybe as you, 6 feet.
For a woman, I guess I'm close to 6 feet. If I might
So you
shrink.
are you're that
Yeah,
you're that only.
and I know that you're not, and that's good. That's okay.
Yes, I am 1 foot smaller than yours. A 5'3",
Yeah.
a 5'3". So
Uh, so anyway, so yeah, so get those greens and raw foods or whole foods at least into their diet every day, and with each year maybe add another serving, right? So as the child matures.
yeah,
So a simple tip for especially for younger kids is to set out a muffin tray and put different foods in each little muffin, spot.
yeah,
And put that out because kids tend to like to graze eating as opposed to sit down at the table and eat food. So they like to snack all throughout the day, right? So if
Mhm.
you have that out there, they're going to eat it and they will
Yeah.
get that into their body.
And they
So
can afford to do that. They
yeah,
love that. They can afford to do that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that makes it easy, right? To get those into
And
their,
that's a wonderful idea, create a tray for your kid and then put whatever. So my pediatrician used to say, uh, let them be, let the choice be there when they want to eat, but choice be yours what they want to eat. So
yes,
what you want to
yes,
give them is should be
exactly.
your choice, and then whenever they want, like if they're hungry, they're super intelligent, they'll tell you, I'm hungry.
And kids
Don't
are
feed them.
yeah, they're visual eaters. Well, aren't we
Yeah,
all?
yeah,
I mean,
that's
we love to see. So when you can add all these different colors, kids will start to eat that. So a really big challenge for parents for sure is to develop the taste buds for some foods that
yes,
um they haven't developed yet, right? So the more that they try these different things, even if it's just one bite, right,
yeah.
eventually they will develop the taste for that kind of food. So a really simple way to get more fruits and veggies into your diet is by adding our Juice Plus soft chews, especially for younger children. And soft chews are delicious for
It's right
children
behind
of
me.
all ages. I'll be Vanna White here. And, just it's just a super simple way to get that into their body. And it's like 20 with the fruits and the veg, it's like 20 different fruits and vegetables that you're putting into their body. And what the researchers found is that kids that take that in, their cells actually start to crave more fruits and vegetables naturally. And
Absolutely.
that's a super bonus on top of already protecting their health with
Yeah.
good quality nutrition.
Mhm.
So, like I said, it's a wide variety of fruits and veggies, and that's delicious soft chew form, or we also have it in a capsule for older kids. Although I always have some on hand because I like to think of myself as a kid once in a while. And they're really
Uh,
tasty.
it is tasty, and I give myself 3 doses, like whatever it's written on that. I sometimes I take 3 doses,
Yeah,
and sometimes I take none because my
yeah,
system has become so intelligent now. It tells me, but I have, it took a time for my system to let me know exactly. So yesterday I made coffee after a couple of months that I want to eat it. Um, like 3-4 days ago, I was in my Access consciousness party. We were exchanging our bars to create peace and calm everywhere, and it starts from here. So we received it, and then we did it for the Global Access Bars Day. So there were coffee and snacks were there. So just for the sake of giving them company, I took coffee, black coffee, nothing added. So I could take that like a little bit.
mhm.
And yesterday I made coffee here at home. I could not have it. Could not have it. Uh, so my addiction, coffee was my addiction. So people in India, South Indians would have coffee, North Indian would have tea, chai tea, and I would have none. So and then after that, after some time, I developed having coffee because of my adrenal, my stress, and other issues. So now fast forward to today, because I am my life has so many good elements in it that my intuitive or my because a body decides what it is wanting. If it's junk, don't give yourself junk, but then decide, you'll crave for all the good things.
Right.
This is what you were saying, and yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
So yeah, so it's a really added bonus is that for these children that they start to actually want to crave naturally the
Yeah.
fruits and vegetables that are in Juice Plus. So we have a program as well where children can receive free Juice Plus soft chews or capsules for their children if they're
That's
between the
amazing.
ages of 4 to 18 or in university or college full time. They can receive it free for up to 4 years. And that is providing the adult in their life, whether that be their parent, their grandparent, or their next door neighbor, sets the example by also taking Juice Plus for their health.
Mhm.
So, of course, a child can eat Juice Plus before 4 years of age. My grandkids, they were, as long as they could chew and swallow something solid, they could eat Juice Plus. And my granddaughter, when she comes here, she's 5 now, but she would always, I have them up top here on a shelf, and she would like,
Give me a treat.
we're
That's
here Thanksgiving, and she was like, I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I ran out because I had just eaten the last bunch before they had come." And she's like,
uh,
"Oh, So
yeah.
kids love them. Anyway, it's a wonderful gift of health that you can give your child. And
And
keep them
yeah,
in daycare
keep them in daycare for sure.
or
Because
in
that's
school.
a yeah, that's a thought-provoking thing, that why kids are getting sicker these days than we used to be, like, earlier time. Because our immunity was so strong or becoming strong because we were playing outside and we were eating home cooked meal most of the time.
I know,
And the food quality was better than what we have now.
absolutely.
There
I
were
mean,
less chemicals on top or inside than now.
lifestyle definitely has changed for our
Yeah.
children, but as well for me, I know there's a bit of an age gap between us here, but
Yeah.
like my grandkids, I mean, it's a big difference in lifestyle, right? Not
Hmm.
just food, but like you say, exercise, and a lot of things are more fast food and takeout and all of that. So it doesn't, it's not really surprising in some way. In
That
some
why
ways,
the
that
health is declining, and what
exactly.
can we do? And you added very beautifully that this red, yellow, green, and then macronutrients, micronutrients. Like, what I mean by that is like your fat, protein, carbs, and then the multivitamins, like all the vitamins, minerals we need. On
Mhm.
top of that, I want to add oxygen we need, the how we are breathing in, and what kind of the quality of air we are taking in is important. And
Mhm.
your system knows, even if you're in highly polluted area, your system will pick up the good out of that, but then it's a struggle. You're giving more bad, you have access to more bad than less good. And in food also you can do this, like more good and a little bit junk here and there, it's still allowed. And then another thing you could add is water. So give me a quick second. I will go off the screen and I will show you something. Right.
Okay. I
Great. Okay. So I am back with my jars. Elizabeth, see this. It's a good weight training. So this is for my daughter, and she has beautiful, you know, so my son
yeah.
and my daughter both have, they have same color bottle, and she wanted this more gray
Oh
one.
yeah.
And my son has more blue one, but he wanted to take this. So she has a note here. Please leave it to its rightful owner. So she has the special.
Nice.
So now they
That's a
drink.
big thing to haul around.
This is this is seeing mine. This is like really small thing to
Oh,
this is doable. And she drinks like two or three of this
wow.
in a day.
That's
And
really
mine
fun.
is 3.7 liters.
Wow.
In India, like, we used to have, this is uh, kind of insulated. It can keep things as they are, like warm, cold, whatever it is. And this you can incorporate. Yeah. So, okay. So Elizabeth is giving me signal that she has to go, and we need to be respectful. So we'll
All right.
sum it up, and then if you have any questions for us, please throw your questions and comment below, and we'll see you next Tuesday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Thank you,
Awesome.
Elizabeth. Thank you,
Okay. Thank you.
everyone.
Take care. Have a good day.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.